This is a Tour of Love, an international event, 36 hours streaming live on the E360 TV platform, beaming the vibe of love around the world to audiences of all ages, all nations, with the intention of changing the way cancer is done. This is the CB4L Buddies Network, and we are healing through connections. So get on the bus, get ready, and let's welcome the Tour of Love.
Hour number 23. Okay, you guys, which way? 23? Yeah, that works. 23. We are on hour 23 of 36 hours. This is going to be a particularly special hour. Not that all haven't been, but this one, we have an original song, another original song that is going to be performed. And it's going to be the very first time I have gotten to hear this rendition. I'm so excited. And one of our mainline sponsors, which is also this hour's sponsor, is going to be the sponsor of this hour. And you're going to be learning about Grow Together. So with that said, let's get the party started. Should we? I think so. Let's do this groovy, man.
This is a Tour of Love, an international event, 36 hours streaming live on the E360 TV platform, beaming the vibe of love around the world to audiences of all ages, all nations, with the intention of changing the way cancer is done. This is the CB4L Buddies Network, and we are healing through connections. So get on the bus, get ready, and let's welcome the Tour of Love.
The Tour of Love, and we have one of the Grow Together trio with us. However, you know, I also know her as the person that keeps me going that I've worked with before. Erin is also, you talk about the overall assistant to the whole program and project. That would be Erin. Erin is Erin Houchin. Did I say that right, my dear?
You did. Yay!
I've been practicing. And let's see, I'm going to put this one there. Grow Together with the heart in the background, because I think that that is an appropriate branding for the Grow Together program. So let's talk about that as we're getting everybody into the right studio. What is Grow Together, and who is Grow Together?
So Grow Together is a lead generation type business. We help bring in leads, like qualified leads for people in the skilled trades. And we are just now also breaking into a different section in that. So it's like this evolution of where also the small business owner can be more visible, can get more ideas to really get out there to sell whatever product is they have. And oh, look, and if she could come there, she is woman of the hour.
Hello.
She's so good at being able to explain what Grow Together is, that I would love for her to have an input as well on really what it is we do.
Yay!
Hooray!
Here we are.
Here we are. So Rayanne is explaining what we do have an hour sponsor. They're actually an overall sponsor for the event. However, this is the hour also, and they picked this hour because of this trio right here too. So the trio of Grow Together picked the hour of this trio. So Rayanne, tell us about Grow Together.
Grow Together is a company that has come together with all our different talents. We have all had careers and have worked in them for many, many years. And we are then taking what we know and we're taking it to small businesses, the ones that really need to focus on their trade and they know they need to grow their business, or they need to get more clients, or even grow enough to get more employees, and they need to have help with that. because they want to focus on doing their job, going out, doing their trade. But they don't know, most of them don't know how to go out and market or go out and be on social media, go out, put ads out, and they don't have that capacity or the time. You know, I always use my brother who has 7 children as an example. He's a contractor. He's out doing the job. He doesn't have time to come up with ads and marketing. He's like so overwhelmed. And that's really where the passion comes in, is to help these small businesses who don't have the time to do that, to really help them to grow. And then once they grow, they can hire employees, they have more time to be with their families, and then they can go out and make a difference in the world. And that's really what we come together to do. And we have systems in place, from technology to being able to advertise these companies and get their word out there, to strategies, to branding, to that kind of thing that they don't have time to spend on. I hope I covered that well.
Well, I mean, I think it sounds great. I don't know about you, Ray, but I'm like, oh,
I'm in.
yeah.
I'm going for that. I'm sold.
Absolutely.
We want some of that. We want some of that in the UK.
Oh, well,
Absolutely.
there you go.
We'll have it over here.
We'll go international.
Totally.
Just for you, Ray. Just for you.
Oh, wow. Privilege.
So, you know, I know that this is really, and technically, you know, it's the Grow Together Hour, and you guys have a lot planned. And Aaron, I believe, is taking point, but I'm not 100% sure. I just know it's not me. So I'm gonna let you take point. I'm gonna go down from the line right now, and so I don't have a tendency to just like butt in, and then because I want to watch, and I can't wait for the big reveal. I'm so excited.
Wonderful.
I am. You know, can I just say
I'm
thank
so
you before
glad.
it's thank you, and everybody, just wait. And I am going to go and over to the comments and go see what's going on with them. And so they're feeling the love from the tour of love.
Tamara, you're doing great. Thank you.
Lovely. Great
Well,
to see you guys. Hello.
Hello from across the pond.
Yes. Hello.
Right?
Hello indeed. I was going to say good day. Good day, but that's the wrong place. Greetings from the UK.
So it's not appropriate to say good day. Good day.
I suppose you could do. It's always appropriate to say good day, isn't it? Wherever you are.
Just say it one more time. Just one more.
Good day.
I love it.
Oh, I know, right?
Anything for you, Erin.
So lucky. Well, I'm so excited to be able to have this opportunity to be on here and to really have this moment where we get to debut this amazing song that means so much, not just to the two of you personally, but really as the tour of love comes along. It really is such a great definition of what the tour of love is, that stands for, and how community is so important and how we can be so connected to people. Like Rayanne and I, as an example, like we didn't know each other. We barely met each other a year ago. And that's not meeting in person. That was just connecting through service with the Chemo Buddies. Oh, Skip, hi.
Oh, Skip. I gotta send Skip love. I gotta send Skip love. Yes.
I'm seeing all of these wonderful comments coming up, and it's wonderful. I think one was about me being handsome. I did tend to. I think that was
most
Lisa.
of them, isn't it?
Handsome.
That was the one that jumped out to me. I must say, of all those comments. So that.
That's awesome. We have so many, like there's so many people that I recognize, and then there's so many that are new, and so that's what's so exciting is we have people from all over the world right here with us, and so the fact that we have technology Yet at the same time, do we really, like, how interconnected are we without the technology? And so I wanted to to kick this off, I wanted to kind of use as an example, because we're here for Chemo Buddies for Life, the tour of love, and to help raise donations. That makes sense, right? So
yes,
to help raise money, donate, that would be a better thing.
It works.
Yeah. And the Chemo Buddies for Life, I know for me personally, I haven't personally had an experience with cancer. However, I have experienced somebody else very close to me having cancer. And so from the moment that I met Tamara and she told me about her buddies, I'll never forget that moment ever, because of what I had felt instantly. It was like this instant, it touched my heart. And so as an evolution, it's been now, I've been able to be involved to an extent both years. And then, so to watch where it was at from 2 years ago to now and the evolution of it is so exciting. And I'm so incredibly proud of her for being so focused and really knowing how important this community is. Because in the last year, I know, I think the people that I have met in this community have very literally changed my life forever. I consider them family, 100%. And I think I could almost say that I'm closer to the people within this community than I have been with anybody else in my life. And so I'm so grateful for that piece, because it's such a gift. And people that are experiencing cancer, or you're experiencing isolation, right now, that's so much of the world is, I mean, we're isolated very much so. And so it's so exciting to really be able to debut where we're going and what we get to show you, because I can't even contain myself. I'm so excited. So I wanted to start out with, so last year, Rayanne, can you tell me a little bit, my plan, however, was to have this video from last year. And I think I have a little bit of one, but I would like for you, I pull that up, to just give us a brief explanation of where you were last year in a space, and just kind of take us back to last year for just a moment.
So last year, it was a tough year for me. I had surgery during the summer, and I went back and I had gotten an infection, and I almost passed away from that. And through that experience, going into the end of last year, I really hit what I call the dark period, because I was in such extreme pain. It was so overwhelming, but it affected me emotionally, physically, spiritually, that I went into a darkness. And I didn't allow anybody in. I really went cold. My husband said I was like concrete on the couch. I wouldn't allow anyone to touch me. I didn't talk to anybody except for a very few people. And Aaron happens to be one of those who would break through my silent phone. I wouldn't even pick up the phone sometimes. And it was just a really tough period, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot through it. And Chemo Buddies just happened to be a space that one day, I don't even know, the magic of Aaron and Tamara, what they can do, and to open you up, and to not even know that I was going to go on a live until like a half hour before. And I'm like on this live telling my story, and I felt totally safe. And the thing about that is, like, that's magic, because I wouldn't talk to anybody. And there was something in that moment that I felt like I could trust and talk. And that's kind of where things started, where I started to wake up and come out of that. It took time. It was a tough period. And that's before all this isolation. That was self-isolation for me. Don't leave the house, in a lot of pain. Yeah. Oh, are you on mute? Are you there? Can you hear her, Ray?
I can't. Should we?
We can't hear you, Aaron.
You can hear me. You can hear me, Rayanne?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ray. We're missing Aaron.
Should we continue for a moment until Aaron comes back in? Should we
Okay,
do that?
until Aaron comes back. Yeah.
So when you were talking there about your experience, I think for everybody who's listening here and beyond, because with platforms like this will get listened to again, as I understand it. I think it goes into YouTube, etc., wherever. It's very common, isn't it? That disconnection and that isolation of cancer is very, very common. And I think for me personally, it's enabled me to understand now more. So it's tough. It's tough, isn't it? And that, listening to you, I know a little of your experience. That's tough. So what do you feel that's done for you, unless Aaron's back in? Because I'm not the question asker.
You can be, though. You do good.
We can do that.
You do that.
I've had a little practice. We'll
You
make
did.
it up when we will do that.
You did.
So what's that done for you? Because obviously at the time that was.
You know what it was? It was I really felt like during the time, right, during that darkness, I really went in so deep inside to myself, and I just sat there within myself, and I was trying to figure out, like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? And I know pain has a lot to do with your mental health and such, but the thing is I took the opportunity, with the help of people like Aaron, who I did allow in, and it was like 1 or 2 people, that's it. And I found there were 2 things deep inside of me, and they were shame and fear. And those were the core. They were like sitting in the core of me, holding me down, holding me back from everything that I'm meant to be. And I didn't know it because I didn't take that time to figure it out until I slipped down into that darkness and had to figure it out, Wow. And once I figured out, it was fear and it was shame. And then where did that come from, right? And a lot of it for me is programming. I don't blame my parents. I don't blame them. I understand where they were coming from. I understand their belief system. I understand what they taught me. And they didn't know, that I was a little different. Well, they did know, but they didn't know what to do with me. But that I had gifts. And so there was a lot of shame and a lot of fear put around those, and I took those in and I planted them, right? And they became a part of me. And that's that's the core.
If Aaron isn't back, are you back, Aaron? Can we hear you? We can't hear Aaron, can we? And I don't think anybody can. I think some comments have come up that we can be heard, but I don't think Aaron can be heard. So
I think that's on purpose. I think she's on a call right now taking care of something, is what it looks like.
Oh, okay. Right.
And so I think she's got something that she needs to have taken care of. And so then she'll be back in as soon as that's done. And I'm loving what you're sharing right now, Rayanne.
Cool.
Oh, thank you, Tamara. Thank you.
And in fact, she's probably taking herself down now, and so that she can take care of what she needs to do. And so let me ask you this, if you don't mind, because of the experience in that time. You talk about the aha moments. Once you started having them, they were a series of aha moments, right? As you were, because you had the one video, I remember distinctly a couple of different times going live. and they were either last minute or subject matter, either one of the two. And it was like, sure, I'll show up.
Right.
I think. Okay, yeah, I'll show up. I don't know why I showed up. I'll show up. And, you know, I was getting a little of that. And then there was one, I don't even remember exactly what the subject was, but it was a certain subject. And you're like, really? Okay. And you didn't let me know that it was so counter to where you were at that moment until we were live.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was Motivational Monday, and I'm
that's
like, really?
Right. Yes.
You want me to be motivational right now? Let me tell you.
Right. And it had been a total, like, get a hold of Rayanne, got a hold of you. And to your credit, you went on. You did.
Yeah.
You did. And those few times, you then started on and in that safe environment, being able to share what you were thinking. And then in the middle of the night, one night, you had another aha moment, and you were doing something and you had a lot of music going, and there was a creation that took place because of it. Yeah. I mean, I'd love to hear some of this from you, whatever you wish to share in regard to it.
Well, you know, I met Tamara. Most people know the story in Chicago at the Next Impactor. It was a miracle that I was even there with a PICC line and having to do infusions every 8 hours. The whole story is kind of like this miracle story. And afterwards, you know, Tamara asked me to help out. And of course, cancer has touched my life since I was young. I lost my best friend at the age of 19. And to lose someone that is your everything, the person you can talk to about anything, your counterpart. I was friends with her. She was 2, I was 4 when we met. And so to lose that, I also lost pieces of me. And I didn't even realize it until I started to work with Chemo Buddies. And I found my love of writing again, and how it just started to flow into me. And then I picked up a paintbrush and a canvas, and Isabella had those things. And I remember sitting there. It was all night. I didn't even know it was all night. I just started with this canvas, and I thought, you know, I have not painted, and I realized it in 25 years. I buried that. I buried it because it was something we did together. It was something that we had a passion about. We did it our whole childhood into, you know, our youth. And so that was very emotional. And the whole time I was texting Erin at the same time I'm painting and texting, you know, 5 hours go by. And the canvas starts out one way, right? It starts out one way and it ends up in a totally different place. And it was such a realization for me, a wake up of like, oh my gosh, you start here, but you end up over here. And during that time, it's just like this beautiful journey if you look at it that way. And at the end, you have this beautiful creation. And that's what I kind of started to wake up and feel like I was coming out. My friend was calling it the chrysalis, you know, coming out of that because I had gone so deep. So.
And then the colors, you know, the thing that was really interesting to me when you realized, because it wasn't like you planned it, when you looked at the creation that you had come up with, what did you notice about the colors?
That they were purple, teal, and silver. Purple being my absolute favorite color ever. And then I ended up putting in a ribbon because I knew that purple was the like the color of all the cancers, right? It represents all of them.
Right.
And so I ended up putting kind of a hidden ribbon within the painting. And that, I didn't do that consciously. I didn't, you know, it was just like going with the flow, and that's what ended up happening. So it was pretty amazing. I still have the painting, and you know, it's in storage right now. Things are kind of a little crazy. But I also wanted to say that Ray here came into my life in my darkness, okay? So Ray comes in, and it was during that dark time, and I joke around, and I love Ray, and I joke around. I just kind of pushed him to the side because I didn't know what to do. I couldn't accept anything. I couldn't receive anything at the time. And I remember when I started to wake up, he started to appear. You know, he started to show up a little bit more and a little bit more. And then we started to do video chats and found like all these synchronicities and things. And it was amazing. And I was like, thank God he didn't like go delete.
Not a chance.
I was so, you know, and I'm like, Ray, was I rude?
Not at all. Not at all. I would add a couple of things, just having listened to Ray. The experience of cancer for me, and I think for everybody, you hunker down. You go in deep into almost an abyss at times, almost an abyss. But the thing is, when you've experienced it, and even to some degree if you haven't, when you see light in somebody, it doesn't matter how dark they feel, because you see that light in them. And that's the power of connection, you know, and the whole event that you're doing here, the whole everything, the connections that it's brought together. And I can honestly say to Rayan, all joking aside, I didn't feel any resistance. It was how it was. It was how it was. But I think when you look back over a journey, and I look back over my cancer journey, listening to Rayan, yourself, Tamara, and others too, you are in that period of darkness and survival and digging in deep. You know, for me, it's documented. It was my voice. You know, I couldn't speak. I couldn't communicate. So the disconnection, the isolation was vast. So now, when I have others that feel that they can't communicate for whatever reason that is, then I totally 100% get it, because I've been there absolutely, literally not being able to string sentences together. So with Rayan, the wonderful thing of it is we're where we are now.
Exactly.
We're where we are now. And the power of that, the celebration of that, the joy of that is just like, even if it doesn't happen this evening, I'm not raising question marks, but even if the song doesn't get played, it will.
Oh, yeah.
It will.
Oh,
because
yeah.
The power of it, it's beyond me, it's beyond Rayan, it's beyond any of us. And that's the beauty of life. We go into isolation at times, but we grow together. We grow together. It's not a cliche. We grow together. We come out of that and power.
Yeah. And let's dive a little deeper into your story, Ray, in regards to cancer, because you mentioned the type of cancer, but you didn't mention your profession. And that's very big about having throat cancer and a professional singer.
Yeah. Well, that driving instructor, father of 5 children. In my pastoral life, you could say. I was a communicator. Everything was about communication. And gone. But do you know what? You get a sense, and I know you know this, and I know others will know this beyond as well. When you say to somebody, I've had loads of conversations over the last few years, and I've said, oh, you know, I had cancer 12 years ago. And the individual has said, you know, I've had cancer too, and I knew there was something about you. So whilst again it's tough, it brings us to where we are now. So everything with me, I do like to talk, I do like to sing. I make no apologies for that at all. But the wonderful thing is, I'm here to make a voice for others too. And with Rayanne, in our creative way, the unison and the connection has created what we've created so far. And that's the beautiful power. And it's like, in a different way, the group, the Chemo Buddies group, it's all about connection.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to take myself down. I'm going to take us down.
Oh,
and then when you guys come back up, you're back up in charge, Aaron. All right.
Best friend Sarah, since I was 4 years old and she was 2, was diagnosed with cancer as a teenager, and she passed away at the age of 19. Actually, it will be 25 years ago, this coming December 21st. And there's so much that happens when you lose somebody that young, and we were so super close. And one of the things that happened for me is I shut down, and I didn't even realize it. I knew how devastating the news was. I knew how I was reacting to it. I didn't realize until I started to work with Chemo Buddies for Life how shut down I really pushed some things. Mm-hmm. And some of those things were my magic inside of me. Mm-hmm. You know, and I believe we all have the superpowers, and I didn't know when I met you, even, I didn't know that I had pushed all these things down, and that they were kind of trapped just by life and how things happened. And one night I got home, I was gone all day, and I got home, and all of a sudden this urge, it was so strong. I was like, I need to pick up a paintbrush. I need to paint. Mm-hmm. And I have not done that since Sarah passed away. It's one of those things that I pushed down. Mm-hmm. And I pushed it down, and I didn't even realize I did that. And so I was like, I need to grab a canvas, and I need to grab the paints. And my husband's like, we should really be going to bed. And I'm like, not now. Because I really felt so compelled, like so moved by things that I was doing for Chemo Buddies. And it just brought up all these memories. And they're just really good memories. Some are really hard. Some are sad. Some are so happy that I smile, and I walk around with a big smile on my face, because they're flooding back. And so I picked up a paintbrush, and I started to paint, and I got lost in the world of painting and being creative. And as I was doing it, I was remembering Sarah. I was remembering our childhood. I was remembering the everything we did and how we played outside for hours all day. We got called in for dinner, lunch, that was it. And just how even when she moved away and 2.5 hours away from me, that we were still close. And I did
painting, and it was like all these layers, right? Kind of like an onion, but they were just being layered on and layered on, and each brush stroke I felt it in my soul. And when I finally felt like I'm finished, I put the brush down and I looked at it and I just burst out into tears. And it wasn't sadness. It wasn't sadness. It was just this overwhelming joy, overwhelming like excitement, and like, wow, I didn't realize that I had pushed that down, that I had hidden that, and look at what came out of it, you know? So I do have it. Do you want me to show it?
I would love, yes. And, you know, and as you showed it, and then we put it in the pictures, and then I noticed it in your hair too. You went with the Chemo Buddy.
I can't hear you.
Mute myself.
Well, there you are.
Barbara, can you bring Ray up for me? Because I am not able to. I can't see him. He's kind of hidden. There he is. Yay!
Where's Ray?
There he was. There he is again.
Oh, there he goes.
He's back. Bing.
Right.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. Wow. That was emotional. Incredibly.
It's
The
been
one
a journey.
What I love about this story the most is that just literally after this experience, because Rayanne and I had actually been texting through that whole experience, and so right after that, she had actually sent me a really long poem and I remember telling her, that's a song. And she was like, whatever. And I'm like, nope, it's the song, right? And I don't even remember exactly what it said. However, now as this, evolution has happened, I just want to recognize how sincerely grateful I am to have Rayanne in my life, and how much it has been such a gift for me, for my entire world, to be able to witness this evolution. And we have beautiful, I thought she said, did I see squirrely in there somewhere? I was like, wait. Sorry, guys. That's
Girly swirly, yes.
So this was one of the epic Magic Mondays. And for those of you that don't know or are not aware of this, within our community last year after the event, we started to do a Facebook Live every single day in the community. And the purpose was, and this was me going in saying, I don't do lives. Like, no way. And on Christmas Day, Tamara was gone and she was like, no, you got to do it. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to die, literally. And so this evolution, though, of Rayanne coming in and Barbara and all of these people, the community that we had created and built within the community, or within Chemo Buddies, has been a place of safety. It's been a place of fun. It's been a place where we can be just whatever it is we be. And this is one of the moments that I wanted to share because when I asked Rayanne what moment stuck out to her, this was actually the first one she said. And as you can see, we would show up and all, who knows, it was just fun. And I didn't realize until I started to go back and watch some of those that we were really funny.
Oh, we're funny. We are so funny.
I just want to show this one piece right here, just kind of to get a little bit of a taste of what it was that we created. And this may be even on the public side, which was even scarier for me. And so, Barbara, will you go ahead and just play that for a minute?
If you guys could guess that I'm the good one. she talks about people feeling a little green and a little down and going along their journey along.
Did you do that on purpose, Barbara?
As you're going down your journey, you pick up people along the way. There might not be people that stay in your life forever, but they're people that you gather along your journey. And there's some people that are the bubbly people. That way. And there's some people that might not stick around, but they become part of your journey, right? And that's what Chemo Buddies for Life is. You're picking up buddies along the way, and they become part of your life, and they help you through the struggles that you are going through. And this happens to be Chemo Buddies for Life, which is, if you can guess, is about cancer. And we want to bring it out to the world about what Chemo Buddies is. And we're so excited we have some news.
Oh, and look at that. We have some news.
We have some news.
We have some news. And so now I got goosebumps. I'm so excited about this. Now I want you guys to really share. I know we've spent a lot of time on this, and I didn't hear what Tamara, I know Tamara always asks really amazing questions. So I'm trusting that this is just going to come together. I want you, Rayanne, to kind of tell us how Ray came into your life.
So I explained that he came during my dark time. And I pushed him off to the side.
You get to say it again. You get to say
I got
again.
to. Ray, again.
Just in case.
I love you.
Just in case I wasn't aware. I love you too. I love you too very much.
I asked Ray if I was mean to him because I was scared that I was mean, and he's been kind. He said I wasn't. I don't know.
Not at all. Not at all. If I would have known then what I know now, is that too much of a big pause?
Well,
if I would have known then what I know now, then it would have been different, wouldn't it? And I wasn't ready, to be honest with you, for what it is that we're creating. You know, we're going to be sharing with everybody, as many as we can, because the story of our song and our music is connection. You know, this is not that we're minimal. This is not just Ray Coates and Rayanne Gardner. It's beyond that. It's more than that. Because what we're writing about and what we're working on is the deepest connection that resides within all of us. Mm-hmm. So I think if you were to go back then, Rayanne, I'm going to say this now to make it easier for you. I don't think I was ready then. Whereas I am now, and therefore we've aligned, and that happens in life too, doesn't it? So yes. all of it, the joy, the celebration, the magic you talked about, the magic that was in you, and, hit hard. Like it's an understatement by your friend. Yeah. But it was there, and then it came out. So here am I, and not just me, but others. We share that magic, and you guys, you shared that magic through the show. No wonder it was called Magic Monday.
Yes.
No wonder.
Yeah.
So we're ready. We're ready.
Yeah. I want to say something. I've never met Ray in person. Never met him in person. And this is powerful. I want people to understand this. The power that we have through technology, but it's not just that. It's when you connect with someone on a soul level, like we're connecting, like the buddies are connecting. And when you find that something, that spark, and it ignites the passion that you didn't even know. Like I didn't know that writing lyrics was absolutely easy and it flows, and I'm like, really, can this be how life is, that things just flow in and it just works out and it all comes together like perfectly? How does that happen? Because you are used to that, like you have to do things this way, you have to do things that way. This is allowing whatever it is tapping into the source is what I called it yesterday, is allowing that to happen and allowing connections to be made. And that's what the beauty of this is. And we're across the pond. I love saying that, by the way. We're across the pond. I have
love
the
it.
worst
Absolutely.
accent.
You know, I'm not even going to go American. I've made this decision before. I'm not even going to go American. I won't do that.
Please don't. Please
no,
don't.
I won't. No, I definitely won't.
No.
I love to do that. Like I actually talk in my British accent all of the time, but for some reason I'm like,
very good. You're very good. You're very good, Aaron. I've heard you. You're very, very good. It's convincing.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's fire. You know, people damp down. You said shame, guilt, judgment. You know, what we experience, and it's us in terms of the song, but you've broadened that to everybody, is often what happens when we have the opportunity of connection and more. We judge. We judge and we think, oh, I don't know, I'm not quite too sure, you know, I'm ready for that. And that's okay. But the message I'd share, and the thing I want to say about our connection, is that exists for more. That exists for more. Because if we limit, that's where we stay. Whereas if we allow and we open and we broaden, and it can be through any medium, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be writing, art, it can be through anything. So anybody, just open, just release, because we need that. We need more. And when you add a spark to another spark, it becomes a resplendent flame, and it's the ignition, you know. And I know with writing with you, without that, I'm not saying I can't write songs, because I can, but it's different. It's totally different, and the experience is amazing. So I encourage everybody just to open more, and don't judge. Try not to be afraid. Just release.
Just let go. And it's magic. It's magic. Yeah.
Well, should we guys? Do you guys want to see what they've created?
I do.
If your camera's off.
Yes, please.
I want you to be with me, and we'll share hope, we'll smile and care as we walk in love. Hear me, I want you to be with me, and we'll share hope, we'll smile and care as we walk in love. See me, I want to see you smile, and we'll share moments we laugh until we cry as we walk in love. Feel me, let's sing in harmony. Lift the roof out the sky and celebrate our life as we walk in love. Touch me, embrace me. Let's dance and sing, celebrate our journey as we walk in love. I wanna see you dance now. together. I want you to set yourself free. We will find hope. We will rise and come. And together, together, together we're walking around. I want you to hear me. Come on, see me. Oh yes, feel me. Touch me, feel me. I wanna hear you sing now. I wanna see you dance now. Oh yes, feel me. Touch me, feel me. I want you to be with me. I wanna sing inside. Let's sing in harmony. I want you to set yourself free. Set yourself free. Set yourself free. Oh yes, feel me. Together, together, we'll walk in the love.
Wow. Wow. Who's going to go first?
Beautiful. I loved it.
Cool. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes.
It's proof of what can be made. And everything is. Everything is. You know, I look back, I'm going to share a very brief thought now. And I've said it before, but just hear me, ironically. Hear me. I went one entire year with no voice at all. Cancer is not necessarily the end. I understand this and I say it with an open heart. Sadly, it can be and it has for those that we've loved, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So my final thought from me, unless I get a question, is it would be remiss of me, it would be wrong of me to not use my voice, because I'm blessed and fortunate and I have the gift. And so does Rayanne, so do you, Erin, so do you, Tamara, so does everybody in their own unique way. So what's amazing about this is me and Rayanne have come together. We've created a song with the visual content of the connection we have. We've never met. Look what can be created if you haven't met. And I and Rayanne will make decisions as to what we're going to do with this song in the future. But it's not the end. So I want to do something with this particular song. And I would like it to create even more value to even more people, because that's what we should do in life. We should share our voices together. Together is the key word.
I am just so excited to be able to share this with the world right now. It has been such a blessing, and didn't even know it was something I love. And I'm just, thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray, for the opportunity. My heart, and to be willing to use this song to show the journey that we have been on, and also the journey that I personally went on. You saw those pictures. Those are from Unstoppable. There were some moments, but that changed my life. Ever since February, I've been changed, doing a lot of work. So
it's that together. It's that key word, celebrate. Celebrate this thing called life. Because we've got it. We're the fortunate ones. And you know, especially in the Chemo Buddies group, I can't even imagine. I know through personal life, but you know, you lose loved ones. So the responsibility is on us. The responsibility is ours. And I say that of myself. My responsibility is to live and use my life to the fullest I can, and to reach out, to use my voice, because I have it. And I'm very blessed to be connected with all of you. And in this particular anthem, there's no other way. Carol summed it up beautifully.
yeah.
Share your voices together in the world. That's what it is. You know, if we can join together, sing together, be together, especially now. And well done for what you've done here, because that's
Absolutely
not easy. That's not easy at a time when people are just apart. Sorry to say it again, but together. That's it.
Yeah.
Together. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And grow together. Okay.
Right?
So,
Isn't this
what was that?
Grow together.
The hour sponsor, you kept saying
Yes.
together, and I
Oh,
said
grow together. Absolutely.
grow together.
I'm
You know,
hearing
right
that.
there.
Boom.
You know, shameless plug for grow together.
I love it.
Okay.
I
Wink,
love
wink,
it.
wink, 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 wink. Okay, Aaron.
I love it. I love how well you can, you know, present that too. Look, right there, over there, by camera.
Beautiful.
And thank you, Tony Aminetti, for everything. As far as the whole being a main sponsor in general for Chemo Buddies, he's been a huge support and a key person that has really made a difference in now so many lives. And there's still so much more to come with what that he had originally started. And so I want to throw out a huge shout out to him as well. And you've got Ray and Rayanne, Tamara. I am so incredibly grateful for all of you. And I want to invite everyone to go and to donate. You can go to cb4l.org and make a donation that goes to the buddies, and with like what our experience and in the community, the things we've got to do. You can mastering your mountains. That is right. I love that.
Can you have a book?
Yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant. The song, just sorry to jump in there. The song is the song's on my YouTube channel currently.
We will share it in the comments if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely, please. Yeah, it's now public, so that's out there. And myself and Rayan haven't thought, but I would love to release this song and then to do more good with it, to create it as an anthem, and we'll talk about that. Myself and Rayan will talk about that. But I'm just holding this out as to anybody. It's about more. It's not about less. I'm not interested in just things small. I want bigger because it can do more. So that's the message I'm holding out. Whoever is there, whoever hears that, responds to it, this song and others, but this song particularly at this moment in time, can do a tremendous amount of good.
Yeah.
So connect with any of us. There's all of the work that you're doing and we're doing. There's greater, there's more. So if we add. So I just want to put that out there, and I'm open to connection, to do more.
Thank you.
And Aaron, I just want to pop in, and without you and Tamara, without you creating the space, without you, Aaron, too, you were there in a time and you documented what was happening. I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it until we got back, and you start like, this happened. Without that, I wouldn't have a documentary of my journey. And now it's turned into lyrics for a song, for an anthem, right? An anthem of total love. Walk in love. Heal me. Thank you. Thank you. I love each one of you on this. I'm so thrilled. I just love you so much. So much.
Love you too. Love you too, Ryan.
Well, I need to go to the next hour, so I love you all, and we got to close this up. So I'm going to give the last moment to you, Erin. However you want to.
I think that was a perfect call. I don't know how you guys do that so well.
Okay.
I forgot that.
All right. Well, thank you, you guys, and we're just going to leave it at that. That was a perfect ending with what you said. Thank you.
Listen to the song. Listen to it loud. Loud.
Yes.
Loud.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Bye, everyone. Okay.
Bye.
Next hour, number 24 coming up.
Woo, woo. You got this.